Hello everyone, thank you for attending our webinar. At the end of the webinar you will be able to ask questions. Please use chat in the webinar window at the bottom. Today you will learn how to create sophisticated, feature-rich mobile apps that utilize Snappy Cloud database. When you first register on our website, you are offered to start making your first app. You try and pre-build app that you can copy to your account, customize and test. Or you can create an app from scratch. Either way, Snappy what you see is what you get. Visual Editor will open. To the left from the iPhone canvas, you will see the information about the app. Icon, splash screen, colors and fonts. App name, app information, various app settings. Sign up email here that your app users will receive if they register in your app. User management, which means role-based access to your app. You can control who has access to your app content with this user management setting, so you can create apps that use authentication and have role-based access. PayPal settings, if your app utilizes product list or shopping cart, donations, in-app purchases, or other payments. Once you set the app name, icon, and basic color theme, you need to save your app here. To the right from the iPhone canvas, you see different tabs, buttons, and elements. Tabs, also known as pages, are placed at the bottom of the iPhone screen. You can make a tab have all the needed content displayed on it, or you can add a button on this tab to show that content. For example, if you drag and drop nearby, it will display the information right on clicking this nearby tab. Or you can choose to use nearby as button. In this case, you need to add a custom tab or new tab. It is the tab that allows dragging and dropping various buttons on it. In this case, all the coffee shops will be displayed on the nearby button. Click that is placed on the custom tab. When you add tabs and buttons, you see that their names and images can be changed. To change the default image and name, click on the Settings button on the tab. You can also specify your icon. Tabs can only be black and white, unlike buttons that can take any shape, color, and font. With buttons you can specify your icon either with a predefined one from library or uploading your own from computer. You can also specify icon height and width. Here are the other settings. This is how the button looks like. Now you need to save the app. To preview your app, please download Snappy Preview app from iTunes or Google App Store, or Google Store, sorry. These are the basics. With Snappy you can create apps that with built-in integration to data sources, utilizing web services and ODBC, relational databases, standard protocol to access data in relational databases. Now, if you want to pull data from your database, store it in your device, share it, and so on, you need to go to the data source dialog in the editor. A few words about data source dialog. As you can see, it is equipped with lots of information and details. For example, first of all, you need to upload data to the data source dialog so that our system had data to pull. Click the development environment question mark to see what is needed from you. It says, upload data from a spreadsheet into data table located on Snappy Cloud Server. Let's consider an example. You want to show a product catalog. The catalog contains product names, descriptions, images. All these are separate tables of the Excel spreadsheet. When you upload it to the data source dialog, it then shows the data in the table. The next step is to match data type. We have text, image, date, time, etc. Match the fields with the type of data. It will pull and save the data source. Once saved, it will be visible in the trunk to the left. Now we need to show this data in the app. To do so, click to add Advanced List tab. A dialog will open showing you the settings. View. Here you set up the element name, icon, and font. Security. Here you set up the who can edit the information in the advanced list, add data to the database, delete data, and edit data. By default, there are 3 user types: anonymous user, logged-in user, and app reviewer. You can add more roles in the user management section, which is placed to the left from the iPhone canvas. List view. Here you set up how the data pulled from your database will be displayed. Select the data source. List view. List view template is the list, how the list shows some amount of data. You can choose existing template or customize it. The detail view template shows the rest of the data. Sorting and searching allows to perform search and sort of your data based on specific criteria. And share settings. This allows to share the data pulled from your database. Click OK and save the app. Now you can preview it on your device. You can create more complex list inside list type of data appearance. For example, you can create categories and place each product under appropriate category. In this case, you will need to have several spreadsheets that are bound by ID. You can read all the information in our user manual. You can see here some examples of category, subcategory, list of products, and details. With the ability to utilize Cloud Database, you can collect rich data from your app users such as photos, signatures, barcodes. For example, you want to collect data from your app users. You need to create a spreadsheet with the appropriate columns. Username, user photo, user signature. Upload this spreadsheet into the data source and match the columns just like we did before. And save. To display this data, simply click to add universal form. View. Here you set up tab view. Submit by data source. Here you specify if you are using the uploaded database. Submit by email. Here you specify if you need to send the submitted data to the predefined email address. Submit by a web post. Here you specify if you are using web post mode, web service to collect data. Configure your element. Here you specify the button content, then time settings, and paging. You can add paging if you have a large form and would like to show form submission progress to your app user. Click OK. Now drag and drop the form fields that are placed here. Choose if the field is required or not. Its width, font, and don't forget to match this field with the appropriate column from your spreadsheet. Use the placeholder to save the space. Add photo. And signature. Every time any user fills out the form, the data goes to the database. You can download the submitted data here from the data source dialog. Snappy Cloud Database allows our users to operate any amount of data. You can create apps that connect to Snappy Cloud Database for your internal IT systems. The Snappy platform is very flexible, and we continue adding new features. We have detailed user manual, tutorials, frequently asked questions, chat, and we now are adding a support forum. With Snappy platform, you can create apps that have galleries, maps, use HTML code, complex data pulled from databases. You can customize the app just the way you want. These were the basics. Now let's turn to questions and answers. I repeat, you can ask your questions by entering it into the chat window of the webinar. I see the first question. Can I use Snappy Ready app, customize it, and submit to stores? Yes, sure. You can browse our Ready Apps library here. Choose any app, download to your account, and customize the way you want. Then you can submit it to stores. Another question. Will Snappy get its percentage from my submitted paid apps? No, all the profit from your apps is yours. Question. Do you make games? No, we don't make games. We create feature-rich business apps that use cloud database. Another question, can I get a discount on the pricing? The pricing can be found on our pricing page, however, it is negotiable. So you can contact our sales team at sales@snappy.com to verify pricing. Another question. For a client of mine, they want a Snapchat clone. Can we create a Snapchat type of app with Snappy? With Snappy, you can create an app that uses, I'll show you, the forum. So you are adding the forum where users can post and answer questions. Please discuss a little about geotagging. With Snappy, you can use maps like I showed in the nearby, or you can use advanced map. Advanced map is a type of map that pulls data from your database, and it determines the predefined locations, shows pins on a map, and shows routes, how to get from point A to point B, and so on. Did you say that the tab bar must be black? Why is that? Yes, the tabs here at the bottom are black and white. So actually this is a restriction from Apple, and you can only use black and white screens here. However, you can upload your own elements. Just make sure you use pure white with appropriate transparency. What is the cost to use the Snappy platform? Like I said, you should go to our pricing page. It is placed here, pricing. You will see all the options in here. A do-it-yourself platform, mobile forms, ready apps, custom apps, our professional services. Like I said, our pricing is negotiable, so you can contact our sales at snappy.com to discuss pricing. How do you relate multiple tables and display the multiple information together on the screen? To relate your spreadsheets that you upload, you need to choose the parent spreadsheet and bind it to those spreadsheets that will show subcategories for your prior category and details. You just click Manage Relationship, choose the type, and it will display the data in here. So you just need to match the fields. When you do it and save it, you will be able to see the information like categories, subcategories, details for each category. You can read it in our user manual. We have very detailed descriptions, with pictures and step-by-step directions. Once you create an app, then you can select whether it's an iOS or Android app. Yes, right. If you want to submit your app to Apple or to Google Store, you need to click Submit or Publish. And here you can choose which store the app will go to. How is the app distributed? iTunes? What if the app is for corporate internal use? Apple Developer Program allows you to choose the plan that will fit your needs. You can either submit your app to the Apple Store and everybody will be able to download it. However, if you want your app to be used only inside your company, you can purchase such a subscription option from Apple that would only distribute the app to your company users' devices. That's it. Is Snappy just for iPhone or I can develop iPad also? Snap is not just for iPhone, so you can develop an app for iPad as well. Do we retain ownership of apps created in Snappy? Does Snappy own them? Your apps are stored on our servers, so we own the code, but you own the content. The apps that you create are completely white labeled. There will be no sign of Snappy at all, and no one will ever know that your app was created with Snappy functionality. Can I put a price calculator for different state sales taxes with a drop-down menu? Yes, you can create different types of calculators with Snappy. We have a separate chapter dedicated to calculators and different calculator types. You can create complex calculators or simple calculators. I will send you a link to that. Can you pull information from an Access database, or does everything need to be an Excel file? No, of course not. We use XML files as well. We just need a file to connect to your database. I have been interrupted during this webinar will it be available on YouTube or Vimeo. Yes, sure. The session is being recorded. I will upload the recorded webinar on YouTube channel. Is it possible to have a backend database that I upload that can be connected to a form users fill out as a way to make their entries have a predictive list? Yes, it is possible. If you need more details on that, you can contact support@snappy.com with this question. I will be able to provide you with more details. How do you pull data from a database to the mobile app? An answer to this question requires more deeper explanations. I would just say that we connect to your database using our server or your server, and the data is just displayed. I'm not a developer, so if you need help in that, we can surely help. Our developers can come up with suggestions for you. Can you create a search of company listing based on a set of criteria and allow creation of a map for the company you select? Yes, sure. Using the database, we can create complex search based on specific criteria that you specify. Can you navigate around the app with links that are placed on the screen in addition to the links on the tab bar? Well, this feature is not supported yet, but as a workaround, you can place the same content as a tab, save it as widget, and add it as a button. When changes are made to the app, how long before the changes are available? You mean in the submitted app? If you mean that the app is already accepted by Apple or Google and it is live and you need to make changes to it, you click submit and then choose if you want to submit the app or if you want to publish it. If you want to submit your app with brand new features and functionality that was not used before, then your app will require resubmit. In this case, Apple will be reviewing your app. Usually it takes about 2 weeks, maybe less. On Android, the submits usually take about 2 or 3 hours. If you just want to change some information, a bit of content, then you just click publish and the app changes will be distributed on all devices right away. So when user opens the app, he will see the pop-up message saying that updated version is available, and he just clicks yes, update, and the latest version will be there. So no need to go to iTunes and get those changes. Did I answer your question? Thank you. Other questions? Okay, if there are no more questions or if you think of one, please drop it to support@snap.com. Thank you everyone for attending. I will send you all the link to the session as soon as it's available on YouTube. Thank you all. Bye bye.